probably could. Let's just play with our new toys. Our new toys first.
I'm probably going to get in the background from typing, aren't I?
No, I think. I don't want that one. I want that. Or that. Leave. Instagram. Spotify. I really think that Spotify is changing its daily. So we have to do it through a different. Soon we'll have to do it through a different program. Still Spotify, but it's going to be called River or something.
And you'll have to pay for it.
Oh, who knows? There you go. Need to. Oh, it's already here. That's June.
There you go.
Hold on. It already says create with Riverside. I'm plugging in this.
Headphones.
Record audio only. And powder. Oh, you on? That's all.
What's going on there?
Let me know if you can hear me typing.
Thanks, friend. Forward to my team. Publish. Why is English not an option? It is 15:42. That'd be close enough, wouldn't it?
I guess so.
Let's have a see.
It's 15, no, it's 18:42.
Oh, that's alright.
Why isn't the microphone connected?
So there you go, anyways. There's your microphone. I don't know what they sound like.
I guess we'll find out in a minute.
Yeah. They're pretty, oh, hang on, they're pretty noisy.
Did it just send you deaf?
Pardon?
Did that just send you deaf?
Yeah.
How's it
Fucking
there?
hell, they got an echo.
An echo? Too
Yeah.
echoey?
Have listeners,
Can
so
you
do
turn
reckon?
Can you turn the echo down?
I've turned it down.
Oh my
Let's
god.
echo up.
Oh my god. Like,
Hang on.
why does it say we can't connect your microphone? I have connected our microphone. It doesn't like us, Tom. What's it doing?
Does that sound better?
That sounds much better.
Right, I'll swap you. Who'd have thought that'd make much of a difference?
Test, test, test. That sounds much better. probably could even go a little bit higher now with that thing on. There we go. That sounds good. Why won't you let me hook up the microphone?
Can you still hear me type?
I can't hear you typing, but I can hear you chatting.
Okay.
Is the cord plugged in on the end of this properly? It's just saying I don't have a microphone plugged in.
It's on now.
Microphone setup. Choose a microphone. Speech. Microphone. Set up your microphone. Why is it not? The fuck? Oh, I'm sick of things changing and becoming an arsey mess all the time. Record with audio. Let's connect your mic. My mic is fucking connected. Microphone right there. The app is using your microphone. You'll see this icon. Oh, it is using it.
Worked before.
Yeah, and now it's done this stupid upgrade. That was sexy. That's the noise. New episode. I want to create with Riverside, but fuck me. Record audio and visual. I wonder if that works.
Let's connect your camera and mic.
Hold on, I've managed to get back to the old one, which works. What a fuck about. Spotify, your Riverside is a fuck about.
Don't think they're gonna hear you.
Okay.
So can you record on the old one?
Yeah, I'm on the old one for now.
Does this all sound alright? Do you want me to plug in this other mic and Ali can join in?
Do you want to join in? We're talking about the final stages of the build.
No.
And that's a no. Okay, we're doing episode 7. We're doing recap, motivational. Listener question was the no microwave question, exclamation mark. And then I thought wall materials, overheads, lights, kitchen layout, office space, storage, roof deck, diesel heater, push bikes, trailer setup. And that's where I'd got up to sort of, I think that was about all left on the list, isn't it?
Yeah.
But just how we run through. Do you have a fun fact or a joke?
No, not really.
And then the last episode after that will be the trailer and then an outro.
Yeah. You might even get the trailer in today if you want. So there you go.
See how we go. I'd rather get through everything bus and then tackle trailer.
Right there. So there you go. The trailer's not going to take me long.
Well, we could do Navara fit out too.
Yeah, that'll be a whole thing.
So we could do aim to do trailer and Navara in one crack maybe.
Yeah.
See how that goes. Trailer and not trailer, towing. Towing and Navara. We'll do trailer in this one, see if we get towing and Navara in the next one.
Yeah.
That'll be the plan.
Right, see what happens anyway.
I just got to find a fucking motivational then, because now I've got sidetracked by the new thing, which I'll have to fuck about with and try to get it to work. Where's the motivation?
Coffee. So they sound alright
They
now.
sound very nice, thank you very much.
At least we'll be the same.
Yeah, we're exactly the same. Yours could speak again.
Yeah.
No, yours is right. I was going to say yours might come up a little bit. But
I don't think I can turn them up separately. Oh, I might be
no,
able
like
to.
I mean, put it closer to your mouth. But you're about the same as me anyway. Okie dokie.
Sound better. It just sounds one's high, one's low when
Did you want to
that
listen
one.
to it? No, that's
you
much
listen
better.
to it.
What are they? DJIs.
Huh?
What is it called? A DJI?
Yeah, DJI something.
It's a DJI something speakers.
The box is above you somewhere.
That's all right. We'll wing it. Okay. Oh, and we've got download any audio from here that we want to keep because it's all going to go bye-bye. Okay, are we all ready? Yes, Mum. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Are you ready to be
Yeah.
quiet?
Do you want me to stop typing?
No, typing is fine. In 3, 2, 1. Good afternoon and welcome back to episode 7 of O'Neill's On the Run Life in a Bus, and today is the build part 3, hopefully our last part of going through our deep dive into our bus build. But who knows, depends on how long we ramble, I guess. I've got Tom with me here today.
Hello.
Hello, he says. Ali is opting out. She's just waving in the background there to us. And hopefully you all enjoy the listening experience a little bit more this week because we've upgraded our mics to the DJI wireless mic system. So let's hear some feedback on that and let's see if you like the sound of it a little bit more. It sounds clearer in my ear, so hopefully it's better for everyone else. Now, we're following on from episode 6 where we sort of looked at the plumbing and the appliances and the security and all sorts of little things within the bus, and it was sort of coming to the end of that a little bit now. But before I get sidetracked and I forget the things I'm supposed to say, I'll do the motivational. And this week is the most dangerous risk of all is the risk of spending your life not doing what you want on the bet you can buy yourself freedom later. So we took the punt and went the other way. And listener questions came off Facebook, and it was from last week's episode where we went through our appliances, and I just got the comment, no microwave, ? Exclamation. And yes, we don't have a microwave.
No. You just got to remember to get your stuff out the defrost in the morning when you leave.
I was pretty adamant on it. Apart from not being solar energy friendly, I was pretty adamant that if we had to microwave food, we were living too fast. And this life was supposed to be slower, with more time. And if I'm relying on microwaving food, I was running. Tom's giving me the, oh my God, you're a dirty hippie face. But that was a real thing for me. I wanted to be, a slow life, a simple life. So if we need a microwave to cook dinner, we were living too fast. So no microwave in the bus. I hope it stays that way. Feel like I've compromised a little with the air fryer.
Air fryer's not a microwave.
Yeah, kind of.
No, you can't warm stuff up in a plastic tub.
I heated up KFC potato and gravy in there the other day.
In a plastic tub.
No, put it in a Pyrex jug. So
See.
there you go. There's my cooking tip. How about that? So let's get into this final bit of bus information. Wall materials.
Well, that's all you. You worked at Wassart.
As I've said, I came out of the steel industry originally, Lysart, which is Colorbond, and then Southern Steel, and I got to know the products pretty well. So what we ripped out was a mixture of materials. There was some sort of fibre board, compressed board sort of stuff. masonite. There was some 70s style faux wood paneling. There's some mixture of wall materials. So we ripped them all out, and I've lined the walls with high gloss white Colorbond flat sheet. So it's a steel product, not an aluminium. It's 0.55 base metal thickness. It means my walls are magnetic, which actually works pretty well. It's strong, it's light, it reflects all the light. It's super easy to install. And I think when we did it, it's about $55 a sheet for a 1.2 by 2.4 meter sheet. So pretty effective. And it took a little bit to cut the shapes around the windows, everything being curved. We just did that with a little nibbler attachment we bought from Bunnings. Cut all around our curved windows and slotted it in, then Sikaflexed and riveted. But the amount of light it actually reflects through the bus is pretty good. I'm really glad we went with that choice.
Yeah, it was the simplest way to go around it, I think.
Especially working where I was working. Now, for those of you who've seen the videos of inside the bus, our overheads are made from the same material, except I had the guys at Lysart. Big shout out to Tamworth Lysart while we're going. Good crew. I had those guys custom fold the same material into the flashings. It's called a flashing for the overhead. So they're like a U-shaped, a tray with two sides, and we've got 4 meters down each side of the bus at the front. And yeah, the guys there, I just drew up what I want, and then give the guys a few days and they fold them up and they're ready to pick up. And I think it worked out about $220 a side for the 4 meters custom made. And Coldstream Metal made the little brackets, the aluminium brackets that suspend the overheads.
Yeah, and they just went into the old overhead screw holes.
Yeah, so we lined them up with where the old...
And they are under pressure a little bit because we haven't quite got the right bends on the ends.
On the ends of the aluminium, yeah.
Yeah, the roof slopes and the back slopes as well.
And we forgot about that.
Yeah, and underneath that we just put magnetic lights.
Yeah, 12-volt strip lights. Where are they from?
I think they're XTM or something. Just got them from BCF. I think they're $40 for 6 of them, and that's done over Ali's bed and both sides of the kitchen bench.
Yeah, so
easy to wire in. You haven't got to worry about the plugs. Just cut the plugs. There's 2 wires in them, and wire them to 12 volt. And
we just put a little switch in, which we cut through the wall of the overhead, over the catch tray on the overhead. So a little flick switch, and they're really bright, and they've got the orange anti-bug thing in them as well, which is nice.
Yeah, and you can just move them around wherever you want.
And again, because they're magnetic, and the flashing material is steel. So instead of being aluminium like heaps of people go for, it's steel. And that means we've got little magnet clips to hold paperwork and stuff. Like, we've just got little magnetic things everywhere that works really well with metal walls. Yeah, and apart from that, we didn't do a lot with the lights on the inside, did we? No,
I just changed all the original center lights. I just changed to be off the start battery to our system.
Solar system, yeah. So they're initially on the start battery, and we just changed the running lights that were down the center of the bus over onto the solar system. We put a big outdoor light on the outside. And then another one down over where we put the barbecue, when we have the barbecue out.
Yeah.
Which also has that orange anti-bug light capacity. So that's the lighting. Now, the kitchen space, I'll pop a little video up again this week for this episode. But kitchen space, it's a caboodle kitchen, and I've boosted it all up to make it a little bit stronger with the half-full drawer runners and accessories, just to give it a little bit more strength. It did work out a little bit expensive going that way. And we've got 6.7 meters of solid timber bench tops on top, which is something I really wanted, with nice solid timber, something textured against the high gloss white. Yeah, but the layout was a bit of a play around. Tom's got nothing to say. He's just gazing.
We probably just need proper lockers on them. We've just got the old bungee straps that used to hold down tornos on the side of utes.
Or your
they're just-
esky lid.
Yeah, and they're just not quite. You end up with a few on the heavier drawers. So, I think eventually we'll try and find a proper locking system.
Yeah, so I'll pop that in the video to our little locking system. It does work well, except if they're not done up tight enough and there gets a little bit of play in the drawers, and then the weight of the drawers pull on them and they stretch and it becomes a thing.
It's not general driving, it's in town and roundabouts.
Roundabouts are
That's
the
when
biggest.
Yeah, that's when we've had smashed a couple of glasses that come out the overheads and that sort of stuff.
So things travel, and I think we'll do a bit of a rundown on how we set things up to travel too. But things travel really well in a bus. Stuff doesn't really move like it does in a caravan. Like my fruit bowl sits on the bench all the time. My computer keyboard and mouse sits on the bench all the time while we're driving. It doesn't move. But you do then have to make sure you put Oki straps or something on your fridge, or as we found out, you go around a roundabout and all your food falls on the floor.
Yeah, I've had a few drawers fly open.
And you got to make sure
9 times out of 10 we haven't strapped it up.
And you got to make sure, like, final departure check, all doors are shut. That's something we've just got really in the habit. Like Ali's, that's one of Ali's jobs. She goes through and do it. I go down behind her and check it. Like, we just get in the habit of doing that because we've had a few little
I think one of the old original cupboards that's still in has got a magnet on it, and it doesn't come open, but it hasn't got a lot of weight on the door either.
Yeah. But where do you get those good magnets from anymore? Because I couldn't find any that strong, because that would have been fabulous. So basically down the driver's side, I've got two 900mm wide pot drawers. I use the bottom one for top Tupperware, top one for our sort of dry goods pantry. The next one's got my sink in it. It's a 450 wide single door. Under that, all the normal sink stuff, your cleaning products, etc. And then I have the 3 drawers, 600mm beside that. So cutlery, baking papers, etc. And then the bottom one, I've got a dish rack in, and that stores all our plates, cups, etc. bowls while we're driving. Our glasses and mugs go in the overhead above. Continuing on to the back, then I've got the 600mm pot drawer. It has cake tins and tin kettles and stuff like that in it, with the fridge above. And then at the back we have another 600mm pantry, but it is facing towards the back of the bus, and we use that for like wardrobe storage. Then coming down the passenger side of the bus, the first 1.2 meters of bench is actually my desk space slash breakfast bar, seating area, Ali's mess storage continued. And then I have a 455mm.
There's a leg on the corner.
There is a leg on the corner.
We got from Bunnings.
Of the bench, because it does look like the bench kind of floats, and if we weren't in a moving situation, I'm sure it'd be fine cantilevered out, but just because we move, we put a leg under there, but it's at the back and you can't really see or notice that it's there. So then next to where I've got my computer, we've got the 450mm wide drawer on top and cupboard door underneath. The drawer's got all our stationery in it, and underneath I've actually got the tower for my PC, and we store folders and laptops and things in there as well. Then we go to a 900mm double door. That's where we store all our appliances, like coffee machine, air fryer. It's also got a storage file for all our paperwork, birth certificates, that kind of stuff. On from that, I've got a 200mm slide-out pantry, another 600mm pot drawer that has the oven, the Thetford sitting on top, and then on the other side of that, another 200mm slide-out. Now, one of those slide-outs is the wine hole, so we store our wine bottles in there while we drive around. It's pretty secure. I've seen people put pool noodles on the side to stop them bouncing, but we really haven't had a problem. And then the furthest side has all my sauces, salt, pepper, that kind of stuff, flour in it. And then beside that we have another 450mm wide pantry. It's got a basket with my potatoes and onions and things in it. wine gets stored in there as well, but mostly it's got our utilities in it. Access to the hot water system, the fuse boxes, that's where the vacuum gets stored, etc. But that's our kitchen and layout, and I'll pop up a little video running through that when I post this one for you. I'll pop it up on the social media. Yeah, and office space was really important for my job and for Ali's study, although Ali does a lot on her butt on her bed on the laptop, but having the big
second laptop. First one, we were going into Cancun way station.
Oh yeah, where it's right just out of home.
Yeah, and dropped it and smashed the screen.
That's right. Yeah, literally like day one.
Yep.
Day one of bus life.
Because someone couldn't control his dog.
Did you hear that in the background?
No.
Ali's blaming the dog. But yeah, day one of bus life, Ali's laptop bounced down the steps of the bus and was very sad after that. It had to get replaced. We got the new one in Bowen or Airlie Beach. I can't remember. Well, we were up there somewhere. Yeah, so storage wise, we have both underbeds. We have all of our kitchen storage and wardrobe storage that I mentioned. And we have a custom built, what do we call that? Dresser? A dresser at the end of the bed, like it's at the head of our bed. And we just made it, Tom made it out of steel frame because we actually climb up on it and go out the roof hatch. It lines up perfectly with the back roof hatch, so we can access the solar panels and wash the roof and all that kind of stuff. And we were going to put a roof deck up there.
But it never happened.
We just run out of time.
Yeah, I found it hard. The front and the back of the bus are both fiberglass. Pretty much the last 3 feet each way, and you can't put any weight on it all. Where the centers are solid, and then the backs are fiberglass. And
then we've got the solar panels up the front 2/3. So we would love to put a roof deck on there. We might get to there one day. I've sat up there a few times, taken the roof hatch off, climbed up and sat up on the roof, and it is fabulous up there. I'd love to just sit up there in the desert with the Shiraz, away from all the Karens in the caravan parks, just hanging out. It'd be fabulous. But yeah, so Tom custom made the little dresser with all our baskets and things. So we've got sort of like a one that's got moisturizers and sunscreens and deodorants in. Tom puts his clothes in the center section, and then underneath I have 2 big baskets, one that stores backpacks and wet bags and things like that, and the other for dirty laundry. But yeah, it was custom made in a way that we could climb out for the roof hatch without having to carry a ladder. So that was our little plan from there. And yeah, maybe one day we'll get that roof deck done.
Yeah, one day.
Maybe.
Or we'll get a truck that I can fit my head in.
Oh yeah, Tom's already talking about upgrading a bus to a truck, but I'm not so keen to do another one. I guess from roof deck we'll have a chat. Diesel heater. So diesel heater was already in it.
Yeah, I don't know what model or anything it is, but it makes the bus goddamn hot.
We had a day where it was sleeting at home back in Tamworth before we left. And it was like 10 degrees outside. And with the diesel heater in, the bus was 21. And that was before we'd even finished fitting it out and insulating and stuff. So the little diesel heater, it came with the bus. Fabulous. Haven't actually had to use it in bus life yet, because we've just been chasing that good weather. But there's been a few mornings I thought, I could put the diesel heater on.
Yeah.
Especially when we come back down and we got a few cold days after being in the Whitsundays.
Put another jumper on.
Yeah, that's just not the answer.
Yeah.
Just keep going north. I guess from there we will talk. That's pretty much the inside of the bus, I think, done. Outside in the through bins on the passenger side, we have one through bin where we store floor mats, awning, walls, barbecue. What else goes in there? Chairs.
Yeah.
And our 20-litre rainwater thing.
Yeah, and just a few odds and ends you need to fix stuff. All that's put right in the middle.
We have some.
They're not huge through bins.
No.
They're probably about 1.5 metres by maybe 800.
And we've also got our one water tank, one grey water tank in there, which takes up some room. Yeah, a few little baskets with like electricals and screws and stuff like that that
and
we
the
just
washing
need.
and the washing machine on the other side.
Washing machine on the other side takes up most of the space, but we've also got the fire pit on that side. My fishing bag goes on the other side.
Yeah, all the hoses.
Oh, all the hoses and hose fittings that we carry, the sullage
Pegs.
hose, pegs, clothesline, retractable clothesline.
You'll see, if she'll put a photo up, but you'll see the washing machine, there's a bit of a mission to get in, and it's turned sort of sideways so we can open and shut the door.
Yeah, the washing machine.
Because I had to lift it so the water can run out without the pump, which I think we said before.
We did cover that last episode. So that's essentially the inside, the through bins, and then on the back we carry 3 mountain bikes in a shingle back bike rack. It's been fabulous. It's a fabulous bike rack.
Yeah, and it's also been set up to go on the ute, which took a bit of manufacturing. It was easy to put on the bus, but took a bit. So the bikes go in between. Kenny put up a photo. The bikes go in between the bus and the A-frame ute when we're towing. It clears by about 4 or 5 inches. My bike's the biggest being on there, clears the front bumper bar of the ute by about 4 or 5 inches.
And then with some smart welding from Tom, we've made it so we can take the whole bike rack. It fits in like a tow ball receiver. So that's what it's called, isn't it? A tow ball receiver? Yeah, so it fits in a tow ball receiver, and then we've...
50 mil tow ball.
And then so we've fiddled around with the ute, so we can also just take the bikes on the ute if we're leaving the bus behind, which we've done a little bit, and that's been quite successful too. Mountain bikes, we've used them.
I'm starting to use mine again now because I made a note of it.
Yeah, we sort of used them and then we stopped using them, and then I think it was the ride to Finch Hatton Gorge killed me, and I haven't used mine since then. Doesn't look like it very steep, but it was steep. It was a slow climb the whole way.
Come for a ride around Fishing Point with me.
No thanks, you can. Tom's been riding every day, takes the dog for like a 6 to 8k flat out run around, harassing the people of Lake Macquarie on his bike with his blue dog, but they're both pretty happy. But yeah, they're one of those things that when we've got the vehicle, we just tend to use a vehicle, but we really should be using the bikes more. We've carted them a long way, and I don't feel we've used them to their potential.
I think we need to make more of a note to use them when you stop and travel. And
yeah.
I don't know if the answer is finding one that gives you a little bit of assistance up the hills, because the hills just absolutely take the guts clean out of you.
Yeah, so we maybe e-bikes, but before I commit to e-bikes, I want to actually make sure we're going to use them, because I'm a bit conservative like that. Tom would just rush out and buy an e-bike tomorrow, I think. He's a bit like that, but I'm a bit more conservative. Yeah, but the shingleback system has been fabulous. Highly recommend that one.
Yeah. It came pretty quick, actually. That came to Bowen really quick.
Yeah, made in Victoria, and it come to Bowen.
Three bike rack. You're not pulling tyres off. You just sit them on, 2 bungee straps.
Clip them in, they're done.
Yeah, away you go.
Super easy.
Yeah, $1,500 I think it was for 3 bike racks. So they're expensive, but they're well worth it, I think.
And well made. You don't want them. You see a few horror stories on the Facebook pages where their bike racks come adrift.
Yeah.
Hopefully that won't be us. And we've got a few more minutes to fill in, so I guess we'll talk about the trailer.
The trailer? Fit out of the trailer?
So initially when we left Bus Life, we were towing a 4.5 metre full enclosed Pantech motorbike trailer.
Yeah, single axle trailer.
With 2 motorbikes.
Yeah, it had a 2-ton rating.
We put solar.
There was solar on the roof, 200 watts.
A fridge.
Yeah.
Toolbox.
Yeah.
Big old battery.
Yep, 270 amperes.
2 motorbikes.
Yep.
3 mountain bikes.
Yep.
Kayak.
Yep.
Fishing gear.
Yep.
I think that was all that went in there.
Yeah, it was pretty generator.
A generator, yeah.
Fuel cans.
Motorbike gear.
Motorbike gear, there was there was a cupboard I put in.
Yeah, like a locker.
Yeah, Candy probably have a photo of it. So it had the setup was, I had a Tiger Triumph 1200. It was on, it travelled, I had, what's it called? The gear
wheel?
on it. No, the gear. I had the luggage.
The Pantex.
Yeah, the luggage. Luggage on it.
Panican.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so it travelled with that, so I had to make room for that. And we put a wheel chock, and I put them over the axle, it and the CB 250, I think, a 300.
It was a 300. Don't underestimate my big motorbike.
Yeah, and they were both wheel chocks I got from Super Cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then just lots of tie down points back and forwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it really went well, and we did use the motorbikes a little, but we found it very hard with a teenager and a dog to use motorbikes.
Yeah, it was a good setup. Everything was in there, but since we've taken it off, if I hit the hills or anything, we can just unhook the ute and Candy can drive the ute.
Yeah.
Makes it a lot easier. We're the trailer, and then we're the first time in Newcastle we had the trailer, and we found it's good at big parks, but it becomes a pain
in small parks.
In the small parks.
And we had the 12-volt jockey wheel on the trailer as well, which we kind of needed in some spots when it was fully loaded. Where we were single, we needed it.
It worked all right, and then we might as well tell the story here now. Like, as soon as we got into Queensland roads, it's the same, same story. As soon as you cross the border, you got to wind your clock back an hour and 15 years. But get up there on the back to front roads, and my Tiger come loose, and we fought it for about 300 k's trying to hold it. I ended up putting the camera in there, and eventually we got it tied down. But the roads up there, it ended up bending the single axle.
Yeah.
So the idea of the single axle was, I've heard people behind trucks with the same length from your back wheels to the hitch, because it's so far it has no give.
Yeah.
And then if you have a bogey axle trailer, everything's in the middle and you snap your A-frame. So that's why we went single axle, but single axle was doing all the work.
But single axle also easier to manoeuvre. Like when we have to unhook it and you had to spin it around on sites and stuff, single axle's easier to manoeuvre around. So it had its pluses. And New South Wales, it fared pretty well. But as soon as we hit that whooping hollow of Queensland roads, and I'm a Queenslander, love my state, love the weather, but oh my God, those roads up through Miles, Taroom, Theodore, that trailer was like a little dinghy at rough seas behind the bus, and it just wreaked carnage.
Yeah, it just worked the straps back and forwards.
We were just snapping straps on motorbikes were coming loose, we stopped like 25 times in 2 kilometres to restrap things down. And at that point, we kind of said, well, I don't think this is quite the setup for us. And we went to Navara. But next week, we're going to go right through that. Took a while,
but I think you've got to be willing to change your horse.
Yeah, look,
midway through. We thought that would be the best idea, but now we know. We are struggling a little bit at the moment with one car. But,
yeah. We bet on the wrong horse, but we weren't too proud to say we picked the wrong horse and change. But I think we'll go right into that next week, because I think there's quite a bit to unpack in that episode.
Yeah, Candy will put a photo up of the trailer anyway.
Yeah, I'll put some photos and maybe another little walkthrough video. Everyone seemed to like that this week. But I think that's us for the week.
Yep, I'm ready to go.
Your joke was when you cross the border to Queensland?
Yeah, you got to turn your cock back 1 hour and 15 years.
Yeah, to a simpler time of life. Yeah.
Is that why you identify as 25?
Yeah, I identify as 25 on Queensland time. Until you hang out with 25-year-olds and then you realise you were really non. I think that's us for the week. Make sure you join in next week when we go into towing and setting up our little Nissan Navara. And after that, we're getting pretty close to sort of just what we did to finance the bus, and what we went through to prepare to hit the road full time, and then we're into the good travelling life stuff. So a few more episodes, that'll be the end of season 1, and then season 2 will be on the road, travel blogging more than bus life setuping.
Yeah.
So enjoy. Hope you enjoyed. Hope the mic sounded better. Give us some feedback on that. Love to hear your thoughts, and we'll see you next week. Done.
So have you got to move all them now, have you?
Have I got to move them all? I've just got to save them all. But it says here it's beginning June 2024. Our recording and editing will no longer be available. If you want any audio, you have to download it.
Yeah. Right, just turn those things sideways.
Turn that off there. It sounded alright on this end.
Just turn that sideways.
Oh, just like turns.
I don't know if they probably wouldn't shut with them.
Okay,
It's all charging then, yeah. Put the little cord back in here.
Is it charging even though this isn't plugged in?
Yeah, so see on the front it's got the charge like your headphones. So lift it up, put it down. Put it down. See the 3 lights down the bottom? Lift it up now. Down the bottom.
Oh, there.
I really want to put these ones.
Probably do. Where's the little
There's
bag?
a little bag from in there.
Here's the little bag.
It's got all my other little cords in it, doesn't it?
Looks like.
Right, you can put that. Do you want to put the box in there or you don't know yet?
Not, but probably. And then I'll just clean out one of these baskets and we'll put all that shit in it. All the recording stuff together.
Keep this just in case we need it one day. Yeah, I'll leave it all there for you.
Thanks, you'll just leave it there for me to put away.
Yeah. I'm gonna go Wednesday. Wes is coming Wednesday.
Bloody hell, what's going on?
Wednesday. You got Friday, haven't you?
Yeah.
Make sure you follow us on all the social media.
Hey, wifey.
Oh, you're slowly getting some V's back. Me too, it's when my fat rubbles over my underwear.
You used to be you.
It used to be. Yeah, mine's more of a you.
Maybe I should take my socks out. No pair of socks.
What?
I'm gonna scratch my ass. Do you want to smell it? What was that for?
You being an asshole.
You're about to smell it.
Dare you?
Yeah, I'm sure you do it. Take a farmer,
A photographer
And a teenage girl.
buy a bus,
had a dog.
And let the adventure begin.
Good afternoon and welcome back to episode 7 of O'Neill's on the Run Life in a Bus, and today is the build part 3, hopefully our last part of going through our deep dive into our bus build, but who knows, depends on how long we ramble, I guess. I've got Tom with me here today.
hello.
Hello, he says. Ali is
Yes,
opting
that is
out.
a
She's
lot.
just waving in the background
Who
there
does?
to us.
You do.
And hopefully you all enjoy the listening experience a little bit more this week because we've upgraded our mics to the DJI wireless mic system. So let's hear some feedback on that. And